If you've ever dreamed of stairs, it may be showing how you're progressing through a season of life. There are a few ways that you can look at stairs in your dreams. First are the stairs going up. That oftentimes will show that you are progressing up or growing in one part of your life. Now, going down on the stairs can sometimes be like an introspection, or it can be maybe not making the right decisions in life and it's kind of bringing you down or causing maybe a backwards movement, but not always. Sometimes broken stairs can represent like an obstacle. For me, I had a really powerful stairs where a whole stairwell was like falling. And that actually represented that, huge season in my life when my husband unexpectedly passed away. And it just felt like my whole world was falling. It was actually a really powerful dream. Endless stairs that just keep going and going and going, can really represent that you might have a season that's coming that's just gonna feel endless. Unfortunately, it will end, but it'll feel endless. Difficulty climbing is another big stairs dream, and it usually means that you're going to face resistance or difficulty. I had one of these in an airport where it was like embarrassing. It was so hard for me to climb these stairs to get to the top. I did get to the top, but it was so hard. It was embarrassing for other people to see how hard it was for me to take each step up the stairs. And it really did represent a very difficult season in my life that was like resistance after resistance to get up, to get growing. What dreams often represent is it's a movement. Well, with stairs, it's a movement versus an arrival. It's preparing you for movement in your life. And I'm going to share with you today another example from my real world that has mostly come to pass. Not 100%, the very end, I haven't walked out yet, but 3 out of the 4 scenes in this really powerful dream have come to pass, and I can walk you through them. But first, I want to talk to those that are new here. My name's Nicole, and I believe that your dreams at night are decoding your future. I've seen it in my own life and in the lives of others, and I am helping interpret dreams and interpreting my own dreams every single day. So, if you like this conversation, please hit the like button and subscribe so you know when new videos are coming out, and it tells the algorithms that people like you like content like this. All right, let's dig into this dream. Here is the crazy part. You know that I'm always pushing you to write your dreams down, date them, name them if possible. Always get the feelings in there, how important it is to have them put away in a safe spot. Well, when I was getting prepared to do this stairs video today, I went looking for this particular dream. I had it many years ago. I couldn't remember when. It's one of those sticky dreams. It's always stuck with me. I searched everywhere. I searched in my phone. I searched in my dictionary, or not my dictionary, but in my dream Word document. I cannot find this dream anywhere. It's blowing my mind. That never happened. So either this dream happened prior to my 2020 epiphany about dreams, but I don't think so. Or somehow it just got lost, which is crazy. But thankfully, it's stuck. It's stuck with me. So I'm going to walk you through it by memory. In this dream, I'm literally in this office that you see me sitting in right now. That's where the dream opens up. And and my family is, we're all sleeping on the floor in this office. And I step out this door to my left. And when you go out this door, you see stairs that descend to the bottom floor of my home. Okay. I look, and there is a girl there, and she is clearly deceased. She is like the Walking Dead. Okay. She's got pale skin. She's got really dark under eyes. And there's just this dead look to her face. And I don't think she was even looking at me. She was just descending the stairs all the way down. Okay. I was so shocked to see this girl outside of my office door that I asked her, I'm like, who are you? And she did not speak. Next scene. That was the end of that scene. Very next scene. Boom. I am in a public space. Well, there's this small set of stairs again, and I'm beginning to walk up the stairs, and this woman is beginning to walk down the stairs. So we're passing each other. She's going down, I'm going up. Well, as soon as we get to about the same spot in the stairs. She was just looking ahead, and then boom, she turns her face to look at me. She's like freaky. She is freaky. She does this, and she looks at me on her way down. Okay. But she continues down and nothing happens. Third scene. In the third scene, I am, I think, in the same kind of public type space, but I'm walking by a plexiglass half wall. On the other side of the wall is another woman. And she starts to ask me questions. So this is the first time that one of these female characters starts speaking to me. And she says, hey, do you need money? And I was like, I do need money. And she was like, well, I can get you money. And then she walks over, and remember, we're separated by plexiglass. So she walks over to what looks like an ATM, and she pulls out what looks like a credit card, and she's about to put it in. And I was like, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute. Are you from Jesus? That's literally what I asked her. I said, are you from Jesus? The moment, it's like I'm beginning to question where this money is coming from. The moment I say that, this woman turns her face towards me and she comes running like a freaking demon at the plexiglass, and she hits it full on. And she's like clawing to get to me, but she can't, because that plexiglass is protecting me from her. That's the third scene. I'm going to explain all of this. It's just literally one of the coolest dreams I've ever had. Then in the fourth and final scene, and this one haunts me to this day. In this dream, now at this point, I am recognizing each of these scenes. It's not like they're separate. It's like I am living each one. So I have the memory of the one before as I head into the next one. So by the time I head to this fourth scene, I have the memory of all the other scenes. The dead girl leaving my house, the woman in the community space turning and staring at me like deadpan, like she's gonna get me. Okay, and then the woman that came at me from the plexiglass with the money. Okay, this is in a church, I believe. So it's like I'm not looking at a church, I'm inside it, and we're going to this one classroom that's inside the church, and it's going to be like a women's group of some sort. And when I get in there, this other woman, I don't remember if she shows up or she's already there, but either way, we're in the same room together. And this time I know, like, I have now seen this demon in each of the three scenes. So I recognize that she is a demon, just like the other three. And I'm trying to like alert the other people in the room. Here's what's weird about the dream. I don't ever see anyone else in the room. It is literally just me and her. But there's a presence, and I am trying to figure out how to tell the other people in this women's Bible study, like, she is a demon. She is not what she appears to be. And she knows I know. And she's the most insidious of all, because she looks like, like a woman from the suburbs. She looks like your typical woman that goes to church on Sunday, lives in the suburbs, and like soccer mom. But I know she is a demon, and she knows I know. So we kind of go into this space where I don't even want to be near her. I recognize that no one believes me that something's wrong here. Okay. So we sit down at this fold out table, and she's sitting right beside me. And here's what she does. She takes her hand and she like puts it on my thigh under the table where no one else can see it. And I flip my freaking lid in the dream. I pull out of the chair and I am pissed. I start screaming at her, and I'm like, I know who you are. You do not pull the wool over my eyes. I know what you're doing, and it's not okay. And then we get into this like freaking death match, but it's with our mouths. So for those of you that might know the term, it's speaking in tongues. But we're both doing it. Okay. But it's like hers is from a different place than mine, if you get what I'm saying. So if you've ever seen Star Wars and you see that their swords have the light beams that come out, forgive my lack of knowledge of Star Wars names, but the swords with the light, okay? And they hit each other and they kind of go back and forth, right? The good versus the evil. That's what's happening with our mouths. You can't see it. There's no light, but it's like her tongues are fighting with my tongues, and they're coming and they're like doing this back and forth as we're fighting with our mouths, with our tongues. But here's the freakiest part. She starts winning. It's like towards the end of the dream, her tongues are like overpowering mine. And so if we're like halfway in the dream, by the time the dream ends, like we're over here and the dream ends. This literally is the most powerful dream I've had. And let me break this down for you, okay? What it's showing specifically with the stairs in the first two scenes, and that's where I want to highlight. I'll tell you all of it, but I want to highlight those stairs. The one in my home, in the office of my home, so that's like an authority or a place of work in my home. I'm coming out of that. That demon is a silent demon that has been impacting my home and is now losing influence. So that was good. She was losing influence in my home. She's going down the stairs. Make sense? Next. In the second scene, I'm in the public space. If you notice, I'm walking up, so I am growing in the public space, and this female demon is coming down. So her influence over me in a public space is losing power as I grow. Does that make sense? So I look at that as over the years, the first one is that the enemy has lost power in my home, losing power. Power is no longer there, thank God. The second one is the enemy has lost power in my perception of my public persona or who I am to the public, or like caring about what people think or do or think I should be doing. Like that is gone. It was losing power as I grow. And I've talked to you about that in the past. It's true. Like I'm not worried anymore about what other people think I should or should not be doing. So it's lost that power. So that's where the stairs are really pivotal were really pivotal in helping me understand what these dreams meant. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about the rest of the dream, just because I know you've got to be curious. In the third part, it's the enemy coming out of my money. It's the enemy coming out of my finances, because this was a big stronghold in my life for a long, long time, straight down through the family line. So that was a knockout, drag out. What was shown in the dream was true. So coming out of my home was a pretty easy process. Coming out of how I feel about how others feel about me was a somewhat easier, smoother process. Coming out of my mindset with money, that was a freaking knockout drag. That took years. But I'm happy to say, enemy's out of my money now. It's not something that affects me like it did many, many, many years. So those three parts of the dream are done. I see them physically in my life. I see that growth in my life done. That fourth part of the dream, that's not done yet. And unfortunately, what it's showing is it's a preparation that the enemy inside the church is the most powerful enemy, which I'm sure we've all heard it. It's like, the enemy that you know, right? Keep your enemies closer, I guess. But what still sits in my spirit about that dream is that number one, it's yet to come. And number two, the enemy inside the church looks good, looks typical, looks like your soccer mom that goes to church every single Sunday. Do you see the metaphors there? Like it is not obvious and no one else could see it but me. And then when it really ticked me off enough and I started to do something about it, it's powerful, man. It's powerful. And the dream it doesn't end on like a victorious note. It shows it will be the hardest fight of my life. And God bless me when that time comes. I don't know. But this dream is stuck with me. The level of detail I just gave to you is because that's how sticky and how powerful it was in my mind, that even to the point where I can't find it in my records, I still remember every detail of the dream. It's so powerful. And again, spans many years of forward movement shown through a different lens than a bathroom, a toilet, a shower that we talked about last time. The steps show the progression. So when you have stairs in your dreams, they're very important in showing a season of progress coming. And sometimes it's not even what's coming. Sometimes it can be showing you, like, right now, how you are progressing. And it's showing you have growth before you see it in real life. I love stairs dreams. I love looking at the symbols around those stairs when they show up. I have so many. Like, we could again do another series on stairs in my dreams, and I'm sure you have too, up or down. Look at look at the symbols around that. And then really break down what kind of growth it's showing, because maybe it's showing you right now what's happening in your life, so you can embrace the progression of your growth, because growth is slow and it feels oftentimes on the outside like you're making no progress at all. But the dream is showing you through symbols that you're making great progress. I also want to go back to, I touched on it in the beginning, stairs that are hard to climb. I've had some that had like huge bubble wrap around them, but I still make it up the difficult stairs. And that showed like a time where there was like a protection, like being keeping me out, like, you're in a bubble. So there's bubbles on this progression forward, yet I still make it through. So that helped me in that season of feeling like outside of the bubble, knowing that I was gonna make it to the top. Or the one I talked about at the airport, that was, I had been exercising, so it was like painful every single step I took up. At the end of that dream, it was actually about real estate. And so it just gave me hope as I was like struggling one step at a time to keep my family afloat and learn the real estate market over the last 6 years. And I could keep going even if I felt like I was not as good as all the real estate agents around me, because the dream said, hey, you're going to make it to the top. That is what is so important about stairs dreams. They matter. When you see stairs in your dreams, do not dismiss them. They are showing you huge growth. If you made it all the way through to the end of this episode, thank you so much for watching. I love talking about dreams, and I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, hit the subscribe button, because this channel is only here because of you. And if you want to dive deeper into your own dreams, I have a free community for that. See the link below.